Every woman knows the feeling of paying a bill with a knot in her chest. You open your banking app and see the rent, the mortgage, the school fees, the electricity, the medical bill. You stare at the numbers for a moment and your stomach tightens. You start doing the silent math in your head. What will be left after this? Will it stretch until the end of the month? Is there another surprise waiting that you don't know about yet? Maybe you sigh. Maybe you roll your eyes. Maybe you whisper, "Here we go again," or "It's always something." Maybe you don't say anything out loud, but inside your chest, it feels like something is being taken from you, like life is asking again and again, and you are the one who must always figure it out. You think you are just paying a bill, but in that exact moment, you are doing something far more powerful. You are speaking over your money, even if your lips never move. You are giving a quiet command to the future of your finances with the feelings you hold and the words you think as you press pay. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that life moves by law, not by luck. She taught that the word is not a decoration. The word is a decree. Your subconscious, the law of your being, hears everything you say about your supply and quietly rearranges your world to obey. And every time money leaves your hand, your vibration and your words are giving an instruction. Most people do not know this. They think paying a bill is a purely practical act. You owe, you pay, it's gone. End of story. But spiritually, there is no neutral moment with money. There is no neutral payment. Every payment is a small prayer, either a prayer of fear or a prayer of faith, either a declaration of lack or a declaration of trust, either a curse or a blessing. Think of how many times you have paid a bill and said inside, "This is going to finish me. Money goes faster than it comes. I'm so tired of this. I will never get ahead." You meant it as a complaint, a release of stress. You thought you were just describing how it feels. But to the law of your being, you were not describing. You were instructing. The subconscious does not argue with you. It does not analyze whether your sentence is fair or unfair, realistic or dramatic. It simply hears your words as a pattern and goes to work to make them true in your outer world. It hears, "Money goes faster than it comes," and quietly arranges delays, extra expenses, small leaks you did not expect. It hears, "There is never enough," and keeps your experience lined up with that decree. This is why some people feel as if every bill is an enemy. Over time, their own words have trained their world to treat bills as a punishment, not as a channel. They do not just worry about lack, they prophesy lack. Florence would say, "You cannot curse your garden and expect it to bloom. You cannot speak against your own supply and expect it to multiply. The tongue that complains about money is the same tongue that must bless it if you wish to see change." So I want to talk to you about one very ordinary, very holy moment, the moment you pay, because that is the moment most women feel the smallest. That is when you remember everything you carry. Maybe you are the one who keeps the lights on, pays the rent, buys the groceries, covers the school trips, the medicine, the little extras for everyone but yourself. Maybe you have been doing it for years. And there is a part of you that says, "I'll do it, but I am tired." In that state, you pick up your phone, open the app, and pay the bill. And inside you say, "There goes my whole check. This is killing me. I don't even want to look." It feels honest. It feels normal. Everyone around you speaks like this, but the law does not work by everyone. The law works by what you say. I want you to hear this with great gentleness and great power. You are not just spending money when you pay. You are circulating divine substance. You are sending something out into the flow of life that was never meant to die when it left your hand. Under divine law, what you send in faith circles back to you in a higher form. Think of the blood in your body. It leaves the heart, travels, nourishes, returns. If it stopped moving, you would be in danger. Money is meant to move like that, out and back, in holy circulation. The problem is not that it goes out. The problem is that many women send it out under a curse. Florence said that money is God's supply in visible form. It is not evil. It is not dirty. It is not separate from spirit. It is only colored by the mind that handles it. In the hands of fear, it feels hard and cruel. In the hands of guilt, it feels heavy. In the hands of faith, it becomes a servant. So what happens if, instead of sighing over every bill, you begin to treat each payment as a small altar? Not an altar of sacrifice, but an altar of command. Imagine this: you have a bill due. Perhaps it is the rent, or the mortgage, or the school fees for your child. You feel that old tightening rise up. The thoughts begin: what if something else comes up? What if this is the month I can't keep up? You feel your shoulders tense. You are about to pay, and your mind is already building a story of loss. Now imagine that you pause, even for a few seconds. You put your hand on your phone, or on the envelope, or on your card, and you remember, this is divine substance. This is not dying. This is circulating. My words right now will decide whether it returns to me as a friend or does not return at all. And with a calm breath, you say in your heart or out loud, I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways. You are not denying that the bill is real. You are not pretending numbers do not exist. You are changing the spiritual atmosphere around the payment. You are sending it out with a blessing instead of a complaint. You are saying to the law, I choose circulation, not depletion. I choose trust, not fear. I choose increase, not punishment. There was a woman who learned this slowly. For years, every bill meant panic. She would open an envelope and instantly think, of course, just when I was getting ahead. Her whole body would react. She would complain to her friends about how expensive everything was, how life was unfair, how she always had to struggle. Month after month, she paid in dread, and month after month, something else came to prove her dread right. One day, she came across the idea that her words were not harmless. She read that every complaint was a kind of prayer in reverse. It shook her, because she could see her own sentences written across her life. She decided she would try a new way, even if it felt strange. The next time the electricity bill came, the old feeling jumped up first. But instead of rehearsing the usual story, she put the bill on the table, laid her hand on it, and whispered, I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways. Thank you that I have light. Thank you that I have enough to send this out, and enough to receive more. Did her whole life change that afternoon? No. But something in her changed. She did not feel like a victim in that moment. She felt like a governor. The next day, she did the same with her rent. The week after that, with her groceries. She did not always feel joyful, but she kept saying the sentence. She decided that her words would go ahead of her feelings. Over the next months, small doors began to open. A friend mentioned her name for a better-paying job. An old client came back unexpectedly. A debt she thought would never move was suddenly restructured on kinder terms. Even more important, the feeling in her body when she paid shifted. The knot in her stomach eased. Bills stopped being proof that she was losing. They became proof that she was trusted with substance. Was it magic? No, it was law. She stopped sending money out under a curse and started sending it out under a blessing. She stopped telling the law, "I always struggle," and started telling it, "I circulate in joy, and what I release returns." You may say, "But I don't feel joy when I pay. I feel tired. I feel angry. I feel alone." That is understood. This is not about pretending you love the bill. This is about gently teaching your own heart a new truth, that you are not abandoned in your finances, that God does not leave you when money leaves your account. Florence would tell you that nothing is too good to be true, and nothing is too wonderful to last. That includes peace with money. You are not sentenced to spend the rest of your life bracing every time you pay. Notice your current pattern. What do you say when the rent is due? When the card is charged? When your child needs something extra and you know it will be one more transaction? Do you say, "This will be the end of me"? Do you say, "I never catch a break"? Do you say, "Everything is so expensive, I can't stand it"? Every one of those sentences is a seed. Seeds are not evil, they are just faithful. They grow whatever is planted in them. If you plant, "I never get ahead," the soil of life will accept it and bring you more of the same. If you plant, "Everything I pay returns multiplied under grace," the soil will accept that as well. You are not powerless here, you are the one planting. There is another layer I want to touch, because many women carry it quietly. Guilt. Not just fear, but guilt. Guilt for wanting enough. Guilt for paying for their own needs. Guilt for signing their name on something that feels nice instead of strictly necessary. Guilt because they have seen others go without, and they think, "Who am I to have more ease?" So what happens? Even when supply comes, they cannot enjoy it. They pay the bill, but they whisper, "I should not have spent this," or "This is selfish," or "Something bad will follow." Guilt sends the same message to the law as complaint. I am not meant to live in ease. I am meant to struggle. Beloved, hear this gently. It is not selfish for you to pay in peace. It is not wrong for you to circulate money in love. Worry does not make you more holy. Stress does not make you more worthy. Shame does not feed a single child or heal a single wound. When you pay with guilt, you close the door on the very channels that could bless others through you. Say to yourself, even if it feels new, "It is right for me to live in divine order with my money. It is right for me to pay in peace. It is right for me to circulate from a place of trust." When you begin to accept that, your giving becomes cleaner, your paying becomes lighter, and you are free to bless instead of punish yourself. Think of your next 30 days as an experiment with divine law. You do not have to change everything overnight. You do not have to understand every mystery. You are simply going to do one thing. You will not allow money to leave your hand without a blessing. When you pay your rent, pause and say, "I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways." When you buy groceries, even if the total surprises you, say, "I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways." When you send money to your child's school, when you transfer funds to help a parent, when you cover a medical expense, whisper, "I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways." If a bill is paid automatically, you can still bless it. Put your hand on your heart in the morning and say, "Every bill that leaves my account today leaves under grace and returns multiplied in perfect ways." You are still the governor. You still set the tone. Will there be days when you do not feel like saying it. Yes, say it anyway. You are training your inner atmosphere. You are telling your mind and body, we no longer pay as victims. We pay as women who know the law. Feelings will catch up. They always do when the word is steady. Some nights, you may lie awake thinking about what is due. You may feel the old fear tug at you. In those moments, instead of walking in circles in your mind, close your eyes and gently declare, God is my immediate and inexhaustible supply. Every payment I make returns to me multiplied under grace. I am not alone in this. Let that be the last word that drops into your subconscious before sleep. In the morning, before you look at your phone, take a moment. Place your hand on your wallet, your purse, or your phone, if that is where your accounts live, and say, today, every bill I pay circulates back to me in greater measure. I pay in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways. Do not rush through these words. Let them be simple, steady, real. You are not trying to convince God to care. You are allowing your own heart to line up with a care that has been present all along. For the next 30 days, this is your only assignment. Do not let any bill, any payment, any transfer leave you without that blessing. No more silent curses. No more small prophecies of disaster. No more laughing at your own lack as if it were a joke the universe cannot help but repeat. If you catch yourself saying, "This is draining me," or "I will never get ahead," stop and cancel it. You can say softly, "No, that is not my truth anymore. I pay in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace." You are not perfect. You are practicing. The law responds to practice. Over time, you will notice something. The bills may still come, but they will no longer tower over you. You will feel a different kind of strength when you pay. You will begin to see small and then larger ways that money circles back. A discount you did not expect, an opportunity that arrives at the right time, a door that had seemed closed opening a little. And even before those outward signs, you will notice the first and most powerful miracle, your own peace. The knot in your chest will loosen. Your shoulders will drop. The act of paying will no longer feel like a punishment. It will feel like what it truly is, a moment of partnership with divine supply. You are not beneath your bills. You are not at the mercy of numbers on a screen. You are a woman of spirit. You are a governor of your own vibration. You are, as Florence would say, a child of the Most High, and your word carries weight in the unseen. So let us make this simple and clear. From this day forward, every time you pay anything, you speak this sentence, "I pay this in joy, and it returns to me multiplied under grace in perfect ways." Say it when you feel strong. Say it when you feel tired. Say it when you are grateful and when you are afraid. Let it become the rhythm that replaces the old sighs and complaints. Let it become the new sound that your money recognizes as it leaves your hands. Command your money with it one sentence, and let it multiply under grace. The law is listening. Your word is heard, and as you bless, so it returns.